Hi there, my name is Bryony and I'm the head of coaching here at Relish. And today we're talking about 13 practical tips to divorce-proof your marriage. Number 1, take your time. Marriage is one of the biggest commitments that you will make in your life. There's no need to rush into a lifelong commitment with someone until you're absolutely sure that you're ready. The key to a divorce-proof marriage is a strong foundation at the very beginning. And the only way to ensure a strong foundation is to spend a significant amount of time in the dating and engagement stages. Some research shows that marriages are most successful if the couple dates 3 years prior tying the knot. There's no magic formula for deciding when it's the right time to settle down. And there's no way to know if you're truly ready until you do the damn thing. But establishing a shared vision for the future and understanding what it will take to make it happen as a team is an important start. Number 2, don't worry about the diamond. It's easy to get carried away with spending a huge amount of money on wedding rings or on the wedding itself, as you get caught up in the excitement of the decision to commit your life to someone. But some studies suggest that spending a significant amount of money on these things can lead to higher rates of divorce. This is not necessarily a guaranteed cause and effect relationship, but it makes sense that a huge financial investment of that sort could put unnecessary pressure on a new marriage. Additionally, no one wants to start their marriage in a mound of avoidable debt. Most of us still have college to pay for, after all. Save your money for the non-negotiable life expenses, or for the honeymoon. Money spent on experiences is better than money spent on things. At the end of the day, your commitment to one another is more important than the rings on your fingers. So remember that when picking out the bling. Number 3, communication. A good marriage requires good communication, and communication can be really hard, but it's ultimately necessary to survive as a couple. You will face major life events with this person: moving, renting, buying houses, possibly having children, losing jobs, losing parents. And though these life events, you will need to be able to express your emotions and your needs. Communication is also related to listening. Make sure that when your partner shares something with you, that you listen and really ask questions if you do not understand. We wish people could read our minds, but that is just not the case. In a marriage, it's important to hear and to be heard. The only way to do that is through good communication. Establishing a marriage with open communication will allow you to work through problems in a safe, supportive environment before the problems become untenable. Number 4, learn how to argue properly. Even if you and your partner are effectively communicating, arguments are bound to arise. Before starting an argument or picking a fight with your partner, take some time to reflect on the situation at hand. Is this something that will blow over if you take some time to cool off? Or is it something that needs to be addressed urgently? Evaluating what is worth discussing is an important part of good communication. If it's necessary to discuss something with your partner, make sure that you take time to listen to their side of the story. Even if you think the situation at hand is their fault, try not to accuse them or use you statements that put them on the defensive. Instead, try to solve the problem at hand in a measured manner. Take responsibility for the part you played in the situation. It's also important to consider what you want the result of the argument to be. Do you want your partner to change a certain behaviour? Do you think you're owed an apology? Articulating this can help you find a resolution. But remember, not all arguments have a resolution. It's important to recognise this and move on once you've said your piece. An essential part of a productive argument is practicing forgiveness after the fact and then moving on. Number 5, expect and accept change. Change is a fact of life as well as an important part of every relationship. Even if you've been with your partner for years, you should still expect your relationship to continue to change. After all, we as individuals change often, so why wouldn't our relationships? Life events, stress levels, the economy, world pandemics, the list of external uncontrollable factors could go on forever. And all of these factors, in addition to intrinsic factors, can cause change in your relationship. The key is to acknowledge the change, accept it, and continue to move forward. Moving forward might require you and your partner to adapt, but instead of looking at this as a burden, you can consider it as an opportunity to grow together. Accepting change as a positive prospect can also help you improve aspects you don't like about your relationship together. Does their cologne make you nauseous? Help them find a new scent together. Do your morning routines clash? Change your wake up times or find a way to coordinate. Sometimes in relationships, things do need to change in order to make things work. Identify ways to make positive change and accept unexpected change when it arises. Number 6, aim for equity. Marriage is a partnership of equals, and thus you and your partner should aim for equity in all aspects of your marriage. I say equity here and not equality because you both bring different skills to the table and often fill really different roles in the relationship. A foundation of strong marriages are partners with complementary skill sets and personalities, which means that most of the time you won't be sharing burdens exactly equally. If you work full time and your partner stays home, it's not fair for you to do the same amount of household chores, but you should still make sure that you communicate with your spouse so that you can help them in a meaningful way. It's not helpful to keep score about who unloaded the dishwasher more times, but it is important that your spouse feels like you're taking on part of the burden of household chores. Your marriage will benefit from both partners feeling like they're doing a fair share of work, even if the work isn't necessarily equal. Remember to check in with your partner about your workloads. Things differ day to day, week to week, and with different stages in life. Prioritizing fairness in your marriage will ensure that both partners feel equally valued. Number 7, cheerlead. Everyone wants to feel supported when they make decisions, do an activity, or try something new, including your spouse. It can often be hard to feel confident when you're not sure if you're doing the right thing, and when you're constantly comparing yourselves to others in this age of social media inundation. If you're feeling insecure, your partner is most likely feeling insecure as well. This is just the age we live in. An easy solution is to engage with what they're doing, offer words of encouragement, and show that you're proud of them. Being a cheerleader for your partner is an important part of marriage because it shows that you support them no matter what. It also creates a safe space in which your spouse can try new things without the fear of ridicule that they may face in their workplace, among friends, or with their families. Showing that you're a reliable support system by encouraging their endeavours will create a healthy environment where your marriage can flourish. Number 8, laugh together. It's important to seek joy as a couple. It can be easy to get caught up in the monotony of everyday life, so finding moments to seek out joy is important to break things up. Think of why you got married in the first place. You like each other and you want to spend time together, like the rest of your lives. Make that time enjoyable by finding daily activities you like to do together. Carve out time to watch a funny TV show or do something you both like. Maintaining a joyful and playful banter will keep your marriage fun, despite the craziness that surrounds it. Number 9, go beyond saying I love you. First things first, you should always express the love you have for your partner out loud. Saying and hearing I love you never gets old, but that should not be the extent of expressing your love. Acts of kindness, proving to your partner that you love them, can often go further in showing your dedication than saying the words. Know how they like their coffee? Make it for them if they're having a busy morning. Offer a back rub out of the blue. Schedule a date night. Show them that you want to spend time with them and that you care about their well-being. Demonstrative love is just as important, if not more, than saying I love you. Number 10, have sex. Maintaining physical and emotional intimacy is an important part of every relationship, especially a relationship that goes long-term, as till death do us part. It's true that as you age, your libido often decreases, but that doesn't mean sex is suddenly out of the picture. Additionally, just because you've had sex in the past does not mean that you can stop having sex if you want your relationship to continue. Sex might become less exciting than it was at the beginning of the relationship, but it's still an important part of any romantic relationship. You want to feel desired by your partner and they want to feel desired by you. The details of your sex life will likely change over the years, but wanting to be desired won't change. So learn to adapt as your bodies and sexual needs change over the years. Adapting will require clear communication, which can be hard, but this will pay off tenfold in physical and emotional intimacy. Number 11, talk about divorce. This is perhaps counterintuitive, but it's important to recognise that divorce is an option, and even if it isn't on your mind, think, me? I'm not the type of person to get a divorce. Your partner might be considering it. Acknowledging that divorce is possible means acknowledging the fact that marriage is fragile and requires attention and care to maintain. It can be easy to take your spouse and your relationship for granted, especially if you're under personal stress, but it's not acceptable for this to become habitual. Checking in with your spouse about the status of your relationship, especially when times are tough, can help address problems before they manifest into divorceable offences. Number 12, seek out other strong relationships. Make friends as a couple. As much as you love your partner, there's almost no way you can spend all your social time with them. And while it's important to maintain the friendships you had prior to your marriage, it's also important to become friends with other couples. Creating a strong network with another happy couple or a group of couples can often help improve your marriage. Surrounding yourselves with love and commitment will inspire the same in your own relationship. Number 13, be intentional. Most people don't start a marriage with the intention of getting divorced. Committing your life to another person is a huge and deliberate decision. Divorce happens when things slowly slip into a state of unrecognizable from the outset. Your goal is to prevent the marriage from ever getting to that point. So be intentional with your relationship. Focus on the goals you've set together. Support your partner. Prioritize your partner and the state of your relationship above other things. Approach the duration of your relationship like you did on the day you set your wedding vows. Not every day can be perfect and intentional, and sure, there will be slumps, but the majority of your days can be intentionally and deliberately dedicated to making the marriage work. I hope you found this helpful. If you're interested in hearing more about ways of improving your relationship and resolving any issues you have, I'd recommend that you download Relish to get marriage tips, unlimited one-on-one coaching, and more. You can enter the free trial and use Relish for 7 days, giving you the chance to speak with one of our coaches, learn more about your relationship style, take quizzes to learn about yourself and your partners, and connect with the community. That's it from me. Thanks for watching and see you next time.